The Second World War was a war that will be always known for the great sacrifice that took to the Allies for us to enjoy our freedom. But most of our people don't know the people that make it possible to win the war, the great leaders and their leadership skills that kept together all the free world. One of the most important was Admiral and Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America, Chester Nimitz. Well known for taking the lead in the Pacific Theater, but before that he was born on February 24, 1885 in Fredericksburg, Texas. He left high school without a diploma. When he was sent to Annapolis in 1901 at the age of 16, after he became a fleet admiral, he actually was awarded his high school diploma at the academy. Nimitz was an excellent student, especially in mathematics, and graduated with distinction, saving a class of 114 students. He was an athlete and struck the crew in the first class year. The Naval Academy's yearbook, Lucky Bag, describing him as a man of cheerful gestures and confident tomorrows. Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz commanded more than 2 million men and women, 5,000 ships and 2,000 planes. But one would not have predicted that distinguished future judging by Nimitz's first command in 1906. Ensign Nimitz commanded the U.S. Decatur, an old story that he ran aground, although found guilty at court-martial for hazarding a Navy ship. The admiral who signed his report stated, "This is a good officer and will take more care in the future." Early in his career, Nimitz received the first of numerous medals, the Silver Life-Saving Medal, for leaping overboard to rescue a drowning seaman while commanding the U.S. Skipjack, one of the Navy's early submarines. With characteristic modesty, his account in a letter to his future wife, Catherine Vance Freeman, read, "I had to go swimming yesterday, and it was awfully cold." In the years after First World War, Nimitz continued to broaden his scope of knowledge and influence through the numerous assignments, including Commander of Submarine Division 20, Commander Battle Division 1, and 11 months as a student at the Naval War College. Nimitz was serving as Chief of the Bureau of Navigation when the Japanese Imperial Navy attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7 of 1941. President Franklin D. Roosevelt chose Nimitz from among 28 flag officers, all of whom were seniors to him, to take over command at Pearl Harbor. FDR ordered Nimitz to get the hell out of Pearl Harbor and come back until the war is won. On December 31, Nimitz took command of the Pacific Fleet aboard the submarine U.S. Grayling SS 2009, and on the same day he was promoted to Admiral. As Commander-in-Chief, Admiral Nimitz proved to be the right man for the job. With his thoughtful leadership style, he restored morale to a sharp Pacific Fleet. He built an aggressive team and boldly made the right moves in the battlefield, which turned the tide of the war in the Pacific in favor of the U.S. Nimitz was a congenial and accessible leader, and his sailors loved him and respected him. In January of 1944, on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, he hosted an Old Texas Roundup, for all Texans serving in the Pacific. Nimitz invited an estimate of 40,000 sailors, soldiers, and Marines for a barbecue lunch and the afternoon of pitching horseshoes. In December 1944, Nimitz was promoted to the new 5-star rank of Fleet Admiral. The 2 atomic bombs on Japan in August 1945 forced them to admit defeat. Just weeks later, on September 2, aboard the battleship U.S. Missouri, anchoring the Tokyo Bay, Fleet Admiral Nimitz signed the Japanese instrument of surrender on behalf of the United States. Soon after, he relinquished his command at Pearl Harbor, as he had accepted aboard a submarine. Appointed Chief of Naval Operations, he then began to demobilize all but a fraction of the most powerful navy in history.